Hello guys, I hope you're all doing great. It's 14th of June 2018 and going to drive now. Just a 17-minute drive because the 4K videos takes up so much memory. I can't squeeze them into my phone and it takes a long time to render everything, so sorry. Gonna record in 1080p, 60 frames per second. 17 minutes here. So let's go out of this shit place. Really tired of this job, man. Driving the same route over and over and over, 2 times per day kind of. And this is again yesterday Mercedes Actros 2541 410 horsepower. The day turned out to be pretty beautiful after all. Said it was gonna rain, but I haven't seen a drop. There's the engine brake. This is not the exact same truck that I drove yesterday, but it's the same model. It's just another truck. Got 21 pallets and 27 pallets trailer. So I've just finished loading up the truck and trailer at 2 different terminals. I also did a delivery back over there by the Nynäshamn motorway road. There was a place there who wanted some sea pallets, actually from the sea, like from Africa or whatever. And it's so weird and awkward how they come here by boat and then they go to the terminal and then they go to our terminal and then finally they go back here again to the right place, to the delivery place, and then they later on pick down the pallet and they deliver it to, I don't know, bars and restaurants maybe. It's so crazy how the pallets and all the goods, they just get flown around everywhere, back and forth until they finally reach. I mean, there should be definitely some way to make it more efficient. Like the pallets were already here, like 1 kilometer away from the destination, and still they had to go 4 miles there and then 4 miles back. It's so unnecessary, just so that they can, you know, be managed sort of in our terminal, even, and it could be even longer away sometimes. The pallets just go back and forth. Really, the whole world is mostly just pallets and packages going back and forth. Kind of like at least like a small percentage of all the packages, they just go back and forth, like no reason. Just wasting fuel, wasting time, energy. But so these pallets I delivered now, the sea pallets, they're a little bit bigger and usually also a lot taller, and you usually just break them all the time because they're not really made for forklifts, or they're made for a special kind of forklift, but you can take them if you're careful. But most people, they're not careful, they just drive straight into those sea pallets, lift them up and they break, and then you'll have a lot of trouble and waste people's times later on when you're going to deliver them. So people, please, if you're new to trucking and if you're gonna take a sea pallet, a big one, make sure when you go in with the forklift, try and feel where the forklift is best, so that when you raise it up, listen if it cracks. If the wood cracks, then you're not in the right position. You can't just slam into with the forklift truck, the electric, and then just lift it up, because then it's gonna be in the wrong position and you're gonna break the pallet. And it's not fun with a broken pallet and a 2 tons weight on top of that broken pallet. I'm not kidding, those sea pallets, they were actually too high for the truck yesterday when I was gonna load and deliver them. They were too high for the truck, but it was might as well good because I didn't get any trailer anyways, and then it got too late. So if I were to have loaded them onto the truck, it would have gotten too late anyways, and then I would have to unload them. So today, the transport leader, fleet manager, he said to everybody, don't touch the tall trailer and the first truck, because Jonathan is going to deliver and he needs to make it on time. So they left me this truck and this trailer. So then I just took them and I reversed the trailer into the terminal, loaded up those sea pallets, drove over here to the other side of the motorway and delivered them. And it was quite a pain because the last one, it was so high, it's like 3 meters high, I'm not kidding, 3 meters high, and just full of liquid, you know, so heavy, like 2 tons. And the pallet was totally broken underneath, so we had quite careful, not a hard time, but we had to take it really carefully. And every time that you lifted up the pallet, you had to take these clogs, these wooden clogs, and when you're going to leave the pallet, you have to place them underneath, otherwise the pallet will fall onto the ground, or you won't be able to take out the forklift if they don't get supported. So you learn a lot of stuff from trucking, which only is learned by experience and not through your school. So that's one thing you gotta be aware of, many of you watching, your young people. Like, at least half of all the stuff you learned, you're gonna learn later on. I mean, that was a little bit wrongly formulated, but like, you only learn half of the stuff in trucking. You don't learn the whole job, because the rest of the learning is from when you start the work. You just do the school to be able to take the license and to be able to drive, and then you got this whole other stuff that you gotta learn about the truck, about the loading and unloading, about safety straps and safety measurements, and loading safety and unloading. Sometimes on this job, for example, like delivering to restaurants and bars, you have this pirra, it's called. You have like you hold it and it's 2 wheels, and you can place like a bunch of different, maybe you can place like 3 barrels, each barrel weighing 30 liters, 30 kilos. You have 90 kilos in one pirra. You gotta deliver that through small hallways and like obstacles and stairs. Even you have to pull 90 kilos up the stairs. Maybe, I think it's maximum 5 stairs or something a load for us to deliver. So you have at least that rule. That's nice. So yeah, and then there's a lot of small techniques you can use to make your day go a lot more efficient. And one thing that is so important is never stress. Never ever stress. Okay, sure, if you're running out of time and you really gotta, you know, stress. First off, don't think that you're doing this for you. You're not. You're doing this for your company, for whoever, you know. And you shouldn't really care so much about that. Like, oh my gosh, I have to make it in time. No, you don't. You don't have to make it in time. The most single important thing is that you make it in perfect condition. Like, make it without any goods damage, not any people ran over, not any cars crashed, or lots of wasted fuel and brakes. You do your job efficiently and slowly, carefully, safely, and environmentally friendly. That's the way to do it, really. No stress, just taking it easy, working methodically. What's it called? Methodically. Or using technique, you know, when you're working. Don't stress, don't just stress. Of course, sometimes I can, just if I'm feeling a bit too much with energy. Right now I'm not feeling so good. I feel like I have some flu going on. Gotta do some Wim Hof breathing method, man. I'm gonna try that later on tonight and see if my flu I got going on disappears. Maybe I think it should do that. Then I'm gonna beat it. I'm gonna beat it when I come home. Take a sauna as well. So yeah, no stress, you guys. You guys don't stress. I guess I'll name this video I don't know, tips and tricks or learning truck driving or something. So here we want to shift down the gear early. So we have power 1600 RPMs of this V6 engine. This V6 engine, it has the power like between 1400 and or 1300 and 1800 RPMs. So you gotta keep the pretty high revs. So it's not very fuel efficient, this thing, but it do got a decent amount of power. 410 horsepower, very little, very little. It's like right on the edge of making it with 60 tons. Now we're not weighing 60 tons, we're weighing more like 51 or 50 or less. Otherwise we wouldn't have been able to take this road. But so yeah, as I said, I'm getting really tired of driving the same route over and over. It's nice, you gotta stay positive, you gotta have the right mindset if you gotta do this kind of job. You gotta not get caught up in that negative thinking about, oh, I hate this job, it's always the same. You gotta switch that over to positive thinking, like think like it's nice that you don't have to worry about different new roads, or maybe not, just try and not think about it at all. Try and meditate or something and try and think about whatever you wish, but not negative things, and then you can do this kind of a job just fine. There are people working at this company who has done this job for maybe 1 or 2 years without any issues, really. Like, he's still at this job, so you know. But I am looking forward to moving out of Stockholm, finding a new job soon, trying to record now several videos and not upload so frequently, so I can maybe, you know, have some videos in the gap where I'm not gonna to work now. I think for probably 1 month or a couple of months at least, I'm not going to work now, so I'm gonna try and record several videos, because it's only like 2 or 3 weeks left. Man, people, you gotta stay away from all the people or all the cars on the road, man. They're so dangerous. You can never trust anybody. On my way over here, I was driving at like an intersection like this one, exactly like this one. There was a car and trailer wanting to go into the left. I came here flying at 60 kilometers an hour, and yeah, of course he drives out in front of me. Like, sure, he had no problem doing that, but it was very, very dangerous. And I myself, probably before, when I was more of a stress driver, not really taking it easy, I probably did the same mistake, going out like that in front of a big truck. But you can never ever trust, like 100% know that your car engine is not gonna stall or whatever, you know. Maybe you get a stroke as soon as you're going to turn. You never really know to 100%, so it's not worth the risks, really. As you also may have seen on the video I put up recently, I think now I should have put it up, with the weight car going up and then stopping. He was going to stop in the middle of the road, but he stopped in my lane, causing me to swirl to the right, and that was very bad of me, actually. I should have maybe just drawn into him, because if you try and avoid the car, then you might end up in a ditch here by yourself, and the car just drives away. Even though he's the one to cause the accident, you'll be the one to be responsible because you drove into the ditch. So sometimes it's just better to hit the car, but in the heat of the situation, in the heat of the moment, it's not always so easy. Man, that's dangerous. I was thinking about honking my horn there to let them know I'm coming, but then that might also scare them. Wow, that was a beautiful truck. getting hungry. It's just a shame that like there's no room at the terminal. They are going to rebuild it, I think, but as of now it's really tight in there, so you don't have really any place to park your truck and trailer. I want to park it and then go in and eat, and then when I finish eating it, I want to unload it. But there's like nowhere to park, so it's really annoying. You can never eat the same time every day, which is really bad for me, because it's really good for your stomach to eat the same time every day, because you got bacteria relies on you eating the same time every day, so you feel a lot better doing that. But I can like never do that, or as a truck driver it's always really hard. You can't just stop like, now it's time to eat, you stop and eat. Don't even have a microwave or anything in these trucks. There are trucks who has that, of course, but not this one. But so I guess I'll just have 2 more bananas. I just ate 2 recently, and then I'll unload, finish that, park the truck and trailer, and then I'll eat my dinner, I guess. The video should end now, so thank you guys a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please leave any feedback, comments down below. Tell me what you think about this video. I bet it was pretty good, and I thought you some good stuff. Sorry if I put too much adverts on my videos, but I really appreciate you guys checking them out. And